Okay, so yesterday I carved this wax. It's going to have channel setting in it. And then after I carved the wax, then I did a sand casting. And so I've been working on the casting part. Put a bale up on top. It's still got a nice channel. And I've actually made the side so that it goes down a little bit. I think it's going to look nicer. But for future use, I want to have a mold on it in case I want to actually make several in an investment cast them. So I have my toaster oven on. It's set at 350 degrees. And so I'm going to add talc to this part. I'm going to add talc to the inside of the mold frame. And then what I'm going to do, I got this is silicone mold rubber. What's really great about this, well, number one, a lot of us that have been using the gold-colored mold rubber, the pink, the white, it's kind of a latex, and many of us have developed an allergy to it. So I find that I have a lot more I have much better results with this, and it doesn't cause my skin to break out. So another good thing is that this type of mold rubber, if you want to, if you like to work in pewter, you can actually pour the pewter directly into the mold and any other low temp metals. You cannot, however, pour high temp metals like gold or silver or bronze. They'll destroy the mold rubber. Okay, so we get 2 pieces down. Then we're going to take this, we're going to fit it right over the top. I've already got the sprue and the cone in. So now we're going to take our piece. I'm going to take that sprue rod and I'm going to move it a little bit forward. And I'm going to take our piece here. I'm going to push it in. Try and keep it centered in the rubber here. So we'll push that down in. Now you got to realize we have a hole going right here, and we have this channel. And so what I'm going to do is I got a couple little pieces here. Make sure there's no paper on it. So I'm going to take this little piece, I'm going to slide it inside that bale, just like that. And take and put a piece on the other side, just like that. I'm going to keep it open across the top of the bale. Then I'm going to take the other little piece I have, I'm going to push it down inside here, just like that. So what I want to have happen, a lot of people think that all molds need to be cut with a scalpel. And unless you're trained to do it, it can be dangerous. So with this particular mold, I have these are called mold locks, and they have a hole on one side, and it's kind of a dome on the other. So I'm going to take the whole side, and I'm going to push it in there. And we're going to do another one over here. And what these are going to do is they're going to take the place of the cutting, and they're going to line up the mold. And this particular mold, it's going to peel apart. And I have to tell you, now that I've thought of this more, I'm going to make a little change here. I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to flip it over. Just like that. I'll take my little piece, slide that back in there. So this will be the one side of the mold. And so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take talc and I'm going to powder it in there just like that. And so what our goal here is to have these two sides separate. And the parting seam will be very, very close together, but it won't involve any cutting. Now I'm kneading out the edge of the mold, this mold rubber, because when my die cuts these, it's just a little bit short of the mold frame. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add talc on one side here, so when I put these two together, they don't adhere. Just like that. Push it down there. Now we got one more piece here. For the 3/4 inch mold frame, it takes 4 pieces. And so what you want to have is, that's 1 inch of mold rubber, so you want to have 1/4 inch of mold rubber sticking out above the mold frame. Now we're going to push this down. We're going to keep it inside the mold frame for right now. As it vulcanizes and presses down, it'll spread out a little bit, and that's okay. Okay, now the next thing, talc on here and talc on here so that they don't stick. And you don't want to breathe in the talc. It's a very fine powder, not good for your lungs. So ventilation is important. You can wear a mask. You know, whatever you do, don't breathe it in. Now, I had turned on my toaster oven. The amount of time it's taken me to build this, the toaster oven is now up to the right temperature, 350 degrees. We're going to tighten these down so that they're pretty much even. Just do each one a little at a time. Now it's going to go in for 50 minutes, 50. And when it's done, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, thank you.